Meron pong kasabihan na one word is enough for a wise man. Ilang beses na po itong nasabi na wala pong katotohanan yan. I hope this rumor mongering would stop. Kami po dito sa House of Representatives, ito pong apat na mga kasamahan ko po dito. Every day po, every session week, every committee hearings, public hearings, nandirito po kami. And I personally can categorically say na wala pong usapin na ganun.
Magandang araw po aking mga kaibigan sa media at sa mga nakikinig. Good morning po.
Magandang umaga sa lahat at kami po ay handa na sagutin ang inyong mga katanungan.
Good morning po sa friends natin sa media at sa mga nakikinig po today. We're happy to be here, excited to answer whatever questions. And we appreciate po yung presence po ninyo. Alam po namin sabay po ito ngayon with our deliberations sa DSWD and DICT. Pero maraming salamat for making the time to be here.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Again, maraming salamat po sa ating mga kaibigan sa media na sumama po sa ating briefing today para mapag-usapan at mabigyang linaw yung mga issues na kinoconfront po natin ngayong week na ito and for this month. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sirs and ma'am. For today's first question, may I call on Rosalie Cos from UNTV.
Good morning po, Kongs. Since last week until yesterday po, nagpahayag na po ng strong denial ang House leaders about impeachment efforts against the Vice President. Pero hindi po namamatay ang issue dahil kahapon po nagsalita po ulit ang Vice Presidente at sinasabi niya pong may information siya about this from her close friends mismo dito sa House of Representatives. What is your reaction to this and why do you think is the Vice President insisting on the issue despite a strong denial from the House leadership?
I've answered this before na, di ba nga, nakita nga po natin sa crystal ball dati na wala naman pong ganun na balita. Pero siguro, i-identify na lang niya yung mga friends niya na nagsabi para yung mga friends niyang magsabi kung tama po yung mga nakukuha nilang informasyon mula sa grapevine. But, dito po sa House of Representatives, wala naman pong ganun na napag-uusapan.
Sa ilang oras at araw na ginugugol ko dito sa Kongreso ay hindi ko narinig yun. Ganun kasi talaga ang public service eh. Meron kang mga kaibigan na totoong kaibigan, pero meron ka namang kaibigan na gusto nilang may action. Sometimes itong mga action na ito makes them more important. Kaya ito yung mga bagay na dapat worry yung ating Vice President. Kasi ang hirap nung may magre-report pero walang basehan at pagkatapos dun nakafocus tayo. In fact, napakasayang nung oras na napupunta sa usaping wala namang kwenta at wala naman talagang nangyayari. Again, I haven't heard talks of an impeachment. Hindi ko rin siya nakita dun sa ating mga kasamahan. Lahat busy sa pag-scrutinize at pagpapasa ng budget. And more importantly, kung sino man yung mga nang-iintriga, sana sabihin kung sino-sino sila para malaman natin kung ito ba ay may vested interest, ito ba ay tila linilin lang yung ating Vice Presidente, o ito ba ay gusto lang ng fireworks dahil walang magawa sa buhay.
In addition to that po, I think on our part, ang magagawa lang po namin is to confirm po siguro na at least sa amin, wala po kaming naririnig na ganung mga allegations, wala namang usapan ng impeachment po dito sa House. In fact, ang naririnig po namin usually is nahirapan yung mga congressman na bumalik sa kanilang mga distrito dahil overtime na po sila dito sa budget deliberations. Meron pa po tayong, for the first time in a while, deliberations na nga po sa budget appropriations. Meron pa rin po tayong mga concurrent committees. I believe yesterday there was the committee on the oil spill. Of course, we have the Quadcom. And in addition to that po, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po yung BPSF. There is quite the coordination po between the executive and the district representatives yung sa legislation. If you'd recall po, we had the BPSF Agent Summit nung Monday and there was recognition po ng part ng Congress po doon na bilang representatives mga tao in their districts, sila po yung nagiging agent together with the executive sa pagbaba ng BPSF. So I think doon pa lang po sa BPSF, sa House deliberations, plus yung ongoing committees, napaka-busy po ng mga congressman, congresswoman po natin dito. So I'm not sure po kung saan nanggagaling yung allegation of impeachment. If they could perhaps, kagaya ng sabi ni Kong Ortega, if they could substantiate the claims and say sino pang nagsasabi nito and point at certain persons, then perhaps that would be more helpful for us to really thresh out. But as far as we're concerned, parang wala naman po.
Meron pong kasabihan na one word is enough for a wise man. Ilang beses na po itong nasabi na wala pong katotohanan yan. I hope this rumor mongering would stop. Kami po dito sa House of Representatives, ito pong apat na mga kasamahan ko po dito. Every day po, every session week, every committee hearings, public hearings, nandirito po kami. And I personally can categorically say na wala pong usapin na ganun. Dahil ang liderato po ng House of Representatives under Speaker Martin Romualdez, ang pinupush po natin dito sa House of Representatives, paano po isulong ang ating bansa, magkaisa ating bansa patungo sa matiwasay, no? Matiwasay na gobyerno. Dahil nakikita nga po natin, apart from the legislative work that we do here, we also go down to our communities, no, different districts and provinces, to bring closer the services of the government to the people. Ganun po talaga ang priority ng House of Representatives. It also speaks about bridging gaps and uniting communities, no, for the prospect of, bringing together all communities na para doon sa pagsulong ng ating bansa. It also speaks about, I guess, no, itong usapin, no, kasi itong sinasabi nilang issue or rumor, alam po namin dito at alam po ng liderato ng House of Representatives, this is counterproductive to the work that we're doing right now. Itong usaping impeachment, alam po natin, no? That's why we don't put credence on the issue, because alam ho natin na this is not only create disunity, create chaos politically, but it also it's counterproductive, and it counters the efforts and the positive result of everything that we have done and everything that we continue to do.
Kuya Ray, mag-follow up lang po ako.
Go ahead.
Last week po, the House Committee on Appropriations approved the motion to subpoena the findings of COA regarding the utilization of confidential funds of the Vice President as well as the Department of Education from 2022 to 2023. Whatever the findings may be, will this be sufficient enough to file an impeachment complaint against the Vice President?
Let's cross the river. Let's cross the bridge when it comes. No, unang-una kasi, if I recall if my memory recalls me right, the motion came from the Honorable Franz Castro. Whatever her intention was, then we can look into that. Sa pagkakaintindi ko kasi, ang kanyang goal when she was interpolating on the proposed budget of was this the Department of Education? Yeah. Oh, the Commission on Audit, her primary goal was actually to prove that indeed allocation of confidential funds should really be put in the proper context. Ibig kong sabihin, ang kanyang punto nung pinapakinggan ko siya at nakakausap namin on the sidelines is she wanted somehow safeguards on where confidential funds should be spent. So, sa pananaw ko, hindi naman yun ang intensyon, kundi ang intensyon ay hindi na maulit kung sakasakali meron talagang misuse ng confidential fund.
In addition to that po siguro, of course, like what Congarin said, let's cross the bridge when we get there. We don't want to preempt po kung ano man yung laman ng report ng COA, if ever i-release po nila based on the subpoena. But what we can say po is definitely, yung binabanggit po na grounds, mabigat po ito eh. Impeachment is not a light matter. This is explicitly mentioned by the Constitution. There are very strict grounds for this po. And in addition to the grounds, it is something that should be voted upon by Congress. Hindi po siya basta-basta lang na pag nahanap ng violation, ito, impeached ka na. Hindi po yun ganon. So I think whether or not there would be grounds, you also have to couple it to the question of will it even prosper Because I think two-step process po yun. You have to first pass the articles of impeachment and then you have to vote on the impeachment itself. So I think these questions naman po, I think it's a very, very long way from there pa po. And I don't think would be in a proper, it would be improper for us to comment po on whether that would be sufficient ground or there to be sufficient for impeachment. Yun lang po.
Well, I think very short lang po, no. We really can say because that is actually a part of the regular budgeting process, no. And there's no indication para sa akin, kasi tama nga yung sinabi ni Kong Rog. There's as of now, there's really no indication that currently, no, that would indicate that it would lead to that, no. Tama nga ang sabi ko kanina, impeachment process is really not only divisive, but it is also counterproductive. No, it counters the things that we do here in the House of Representatives. We are aiming to really push for the progress of our country economically, socially, issue of peace and order. So when we do discuss all these things, no, it really it basically runs the opposite of what we are aiming here, no, in the House of Representatives. So it's not only resource-wise, it's too burdensome. It's also politically unwise for me, no. Na yung lahat po ng nagawa ng House of Representatives ay maka-counter just because we need to focus on a certain issue na wala naman pong basihan at hindi po talaga yun ang purpose or napag-uusapan dito sa House of Representatives. So I don't think, based on your question, there is currently no indication that would lead to me that would lead to that kind of an exercise.